Hello team. Today I'm going to explain this infrastructure on AWS using Terraform to implement a CI/CD pipeline for ECS and FARGATE. Basically, in this infra, we have created a BPC with two public subnets in different AGs and an application load balancer to balance the load between the two tasks. So if I push new changes to the code commit repositories, then code pipeline detects those changes and create a new Docker image and then deploy it to the ECS service and tasks. Let's start with. I'm going to explain my Terraform script. So here I have created a BPC. You can see this is my BPC with the sorry, just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, so it's working now. So you can see this is the BPC I have created. I have given the name test BPC. This is the cider block of my BPC. I have created two subnets in my BPC. You can see test subnet one and test subnet root. These are the different availability zones of my subnet and cider block of my subnet. You can see. So after that, I have created a route table into my BPC that where our network is to be directed. And after creating a route table, here you can see the route table association with my public subnets with two subnets. I have attached both of subnets to my route table, and here I have created an internet gateway so that my BPC uh, can access on internet. Okay, so here I have created an application load balancer. To balance the load between the two tasks I have explained earlier. So here you can see type of my load balancer, which is application. Here I have given the security groups. In security group, I have added some inbound and outbound rules. I will show you my security group. Here you can see this is my security group test SG, and this is the BPC ID under which the this security group has been created. So I have added some rules. You can see I have added the port 80 for HTTP and 443 for HTTPS and 22 for SSH. And here I have added one outbound role for all traffic. So go back to our load balancer. So here you can see I have attached my both of subnets to this application load balancer. Here I have created a target group and then a listener group. You can see here, and here I have provide the ARN of my target group. So after that, I have created ECS, which is Elastic Container Service. So in this I have first of all I have created an ECR repository. So ECR, like ECR is a fully managed Docker container register that makes easy to maintain, store and deploy container images. So here I have created ECR repository, which is given the name test repo, and then I have created a ECS cluster. ECS cluster is basically used to grouping one or more container instances uh, that we can run on task requests. After that, I have created a task definition. So definition is basically used to specify the container information for our application, like information like how many containers and what resources they will use to run, and how they will be linked together, and will specify the container port. So here you can see uh, network mode is AWS BPC. I have given some configurations of CPU and memory. That here I have provided the execution role. Uh, IAM role. I have created the build role here. I will show you in policy.tf file. I have created this build role and this build role and attach some policy to this role. I have attached assume role policy here, and you can see this is the policy. So go back to our ECS, ECS file, and here you can see now I have added the container definition, and I have given the name test container. This is the image URI. URI is basically the uniform resource identifier that it will accessing the our ECR public repository which I have created here. So after that, this is the port of container port. Here I have port mapping, and again, and after creating task definition, I have created ECS service. So ECS service is basically a highly scalable container management service. We can use it to run stop and containers on our ECS cluster that we have created here, ECS cluster. So here are some network configurations where I have attached my subnets to ECS service and my security group. And one more thing, I am creating on FARGATE. So FARGATE is basically used to run containers without having to manage servers and or we don't have to manage clusters of EC2 instances. So this is the benefit of FARGATE service. Here I have specified my load balancer that I have explained earlier. So after creating my ECS service, I have created code commit and code build project. So here, first of all, I have created a code commit repository. In code commit repository, I am accessing the ECR repository here. You can see that I have created in ECS. So this is my code build project. I have given the name test project. Here I have provided the service role, build role that I have created, and IAM role. So this is the location from where code build has been created, and here are some specifications. So after code commit and code build, I have created a pipeline on it. So let's go to the pipeline. You can see the pipeline. This is the pipeline, test pipeline. Given the I have given the name my pipeline. This is the role ARN. Uh, eh, the- so I have attached some policies to this IAM role. I have created in data file. You can see this is the role code pipeline role. Go to the pipeline. So here I have attached my role. This is the artifact store. This is the location of my bucket that I have created. Type is3. I have created a S3 bucket to store the build artifacts. I will show you the bucket. This is the bucket. You can see this is the name of my bucket. And let's go back to the pipeline. So first of all, uh, I have created the source stage. You can see this is the stage. Uh, This is the name of source categories source on our AWS provided code commit, and this is the version and source output. Here I have specifies the repository, my ACR repository public that I have created publicly, and this is the branch name master. After creating source, I have build stage created build stage. Then you can see the build stage, the name is build and category build, provider code build, and sub input output artifacts, and these artifacts will store on my S3 bucket. Where I specify the version and configurations. I have created the project which is test project, and after building there, uh, there is a deploy stage. You can see the configurations of deploy stage. So category is deploy. Here I have specifies my cluster which I have created on ECS, and then the service name, and I have given the file name which is image definition.json that I have created on the build spec.py. So here you can see this is my Docker file that will be pushed to my ECR. So I am installing Nginx here, you can see, and then this is my build spec file. So you can see I have created this build spec file. So this is my login and password. So this is my whole infrastructure. Thank you for watching.